Hi and welcome to the channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the combined military orders faction that we've put together for our games of Lion Rampant. This force totals around the 48 to 50 points, which is twice as much as what the normal Lion Rampant games is set at. So I think it's around 24 points, but we like the system and we think that the game can certainly handle larger forces on the tabletop. So without further ado, let's get into it and see what we've done. So if we start off, you can see in front of us we've done two military orders. One is the Hospitallers and the other is the Templars. And as you can see in the background here, the Templars are in the background. We've also added in, as you see going through the showcase, various sort of Crusader units, sort of your normal troops, your archers, your light spearmen, some armed pilgrims and so forth, and some crossbowmen. But we'll get into those as we're going. So starting off then, we have the archers. And as I say, these were just painted at. All the paints we used on these were the Two Thin Coats paints from the Duncan Rhodes Painting Academy. But all Gripping Beast miniatures as well, metal miniatures. And as I say, those are really, really cool, painted out quite nicely. 12 figures in the unit for those. Moving on then, we've got the first lot of the Templars, and these are the Foot Sergeants. These were nice figures to do. All the shield transfers on these are from Little Big Men Studios, as is the banners and that, as you see going through the army. So just pick up one of these here in a moment. As you can see, painted that really, really simply in that. And say the LBM Studios and that, with that slight little battle damage they've got on the shield transfer design, that is really, really cool. Do like that, and does fit in the theme quite well. Again, another 12 figures in this unit. Over the back here then, we have the first of the Knights, 6 figures in this unit, all armed with sort of hand weapons and that, these ones. Again with the Little Big Men Studios shield transfers and all metal miniatures. Painted up really, really easy. Airbrush mostly done the work on the horses all the way through the army, and that which does help a little bit going through. And as you can see, 6 figures in this unit. So next up then, we have the armed pilgrims. Can't have a sort of a military order force without some armed pilgrims, and these are really, really cool. They actually come with pitchforks and scythes and things like that in the actual packs and that, but I took them up with a sword and a few spears and that, just to make them a little bit different and that. But yeah, really cool miniatures, a lot of fun to do, and I probably will get some more on that to add into this. Again, I'll get another sort of like a baggage train and that to add in with some pilgrims going forward, so obviously to their destination of Jerusalem. So at the back then is the second units of Knights. I think these are the Poor Knights box set you get as 8 figures in a box set for the Saga Templar Knights and that. So 2 figures of these will come out of the unit. This is the leader you see on screen here in front of you. Nice figure, again very easy to paint up and that. It went together really well. As I say, 2 figures of those have come out anyway to make a unit of 6, and we'd add the leader and that into it, which again is meant to represent 2 more figures, but I'm just going to add them in because I think they look really cool on the table, just as extras on that in the unit. And here is the commander for the Templars. I think he was the character figure for in Saga and that, so again looked really well for this. Put him on an oval base, as you can see. Again, sort of tarred up a little bit and put the main sort of banner on there just so you can denote him on the tabletop. So if we don't play Lion Rampant, we can play Hell Caesar, or what I'm looking forward to playing, which is Soldiers of God and that with these. So next up then, we have a Warrior Priest. This is a single character model which replaces a figure in one of your foot units, and it gives that unit a couple of sort of benefits and bonuses. I think it's going to be really great and certainly add some narrative and that to the scenarios that we're going to play. Following that then, we have a unit of 12 light spearmen. These I think will be really fun, and they're a great unit to add in and bolster out your army and that. Again, especially with how many points they are, but certainly reflective of that of the troop types and that would have fought in the area in this period. So moving on towards the back there, you can see we've got the start of the second part of the military orders, the Hospitaller Force. Now in there we have a unit of 8 mounted sergeants. Now obviously for Lion Rampant and that, these will be in units of 6s, so 2 figures will come out of this. So again, armed with these with sort of lances, hand weapons, shields, etc. Again, all the horses was all painted up all at the same time and that, to keep that consistency throughout the whole of the army and that. So again, makes that a lot easier. So we're not ones for painting horses and that here, but great miniatures and that, well worth looking at. Then next up then, we have the leader for the Hospitallers. Beautiful miniature this, I do like this, quite characterful and that. Obviously banners and shield transfers, as I said earlier on, that is both from the Little Big Men Studios. Once again on an oval base, using the AK Interactive and that, Desert Sands and that for the basing material. So next up then we have a unit of crossbowmen. These are 12 figures in this unit. Really nice to paint up and that. We've tried to sort of keep to, say, 4 or 5 colours and that. If you've noticed that through the Crusader types of miniatures and that way it keeps the painting palette relatively short, and so you're not mixing too many paints, you're not getting too many paints out and sort of slowing your painting session times and that down. So again, sort of looking at the colours that we think that would have been used, the types of dyes and that would have been used in the period at that time, and trying to use those miniatures to have those sort of similar colours. So moving on to the next unit there, behind those is a unit of foot sergeants for the Hospitallers. Again, these were painted very similarly in this period, and that both the Templars and Hospitallers have very similar types of, I say, uniform. There was no real sort of uniform standardisation yet. Even the crosses weren't standardised in this period, but as Wargamers, I've said many times before, as Wargamers we like to have them in. Great miniatures. I'm going to probably do up some more sergeants and that for both the forces. Towards the back here then we have a unit of 6 mounted knights. These are all lance armed, but again they're all lance and hand weapon armed obviously, but I've made these sort of like double lances. Shield transfers, again, like I said, Little Big Men Studios, as I said before, same as the banner on the main banner there. Really nice miniatures, again, fun to paint, and I can't wait to get these on the table. Actually, I'm quite excited about it, actually. It's been a great project and that we've done together, Mel and I. So as I've said in previous videos on that, the period that we've chosen is around the 1120s up to the Second Crusade and the rise of the military orders. We think there's a great period and that has a lot of room for expansion, especially as the Crusader states are expanding at that period of time. It's certainly a very colourful period, not just only in the history behind what's going on at the time, but also the actual look of the period and that look at the characters, look at the figures and that, and the types of clothing and the colours and that they're wearing. But there you have it then, guys, that's our army showcase video for you today. We hope you really enjoyed it, and if you have, smash that like button and let us know in the comments and that what you liked about our army and that. It's been a great fun project, really enjoyed doing it, and like I've said many times before and that we Wargame and do projects for fun. We're not rivet counters or anything like that, we just do it purely for fun and that, so to enjoy ourselves, and that to me is what it's all about. Well, until next time, guys, we hope you're staying safe and happy Wargaming.